What's up guys, this is Sin and welcome to my Azamina Snake Eye combo video and deck profile. I'm gonna say right now this deck will be the best deck once we get it in the TCG, which will happen very soon in Rage of the Abyss, which is October 10, which is just in time for YCS Niagara in case you're planning on going. That format will be completely different from what we currently have because we also are gonna be getting Molchemi Ferraros and Dominus Impulse and all that annoying stuff. I made a video on the future of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yesterday in case you're interested in watching. The Snake Eye deck is getting particularly good support. It's gonna be getting a huge consistency and power boost. Anyways, before we go any further, y'all know the drill, smash the like and subscribe button. If we can get to 1,000 likes on this video, I promise a spreadsheet video with like 10 combos through every hand shop. You really don't want to miss it, so y'all already know what to do. Smash the like button, and let's get right into it. Alright, so if you got Sinful Spell's Deception with any monster and any discard, look at what you can do. So it's a continuous spell that reads you can tribute a monster from your hand or field, add one Azamina card from your deck to your hand. At the current moment, the only Azamina cards are spells in shops, so you can't search a monster. And then we're searching for the Sacred Azamina. This card you can reveal an Azamina fusion monster in your extra deck and send one Sinful Spell's card from your hand and or field to the grave, even if it's face down on the field, for every 4 levels the revealed monster has. If we're trying to summon a level 6 monster, obviously we don't send like 1.5 cards, and we also round it down, so we only send 1 card, so that's really nice. At first I thought maybe you would have to send 2. I don't know if the system has to round up, but yeah, it's only 1 card, so don't worry about it. And we're gonna be summoning the Mu Arcielago. On summon, this can search for any Azamina or Sinful Spell's card from your deck to your hand. If it's destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can add a Sinful Spell's spell from your deck to your hand. You can ogre yourself and still also search another Sinful Spells card, so that's really cool. Anyways, now we're gonna be going for Wanted and then search the Diabellstar. Diabellstar, discard the other card, set to the original, and we're not gonna be using it. We're gonna be linking off at the Moon of the Cool Sky and then Requiem, and then we're gonna be recycling back the Sacred Azamina by shuffling back the Mu Arcielago, and now we're gonna be using it in order to set the send the face down original, summon the Rhea Silvera. From here on out, we do not have to be afraid of Nibiru, because this card, when your opponent activates a card effect, quick effect, you can tribute this card, negate that effect, so it's basically an Omni Negate for anything. And also we can rush a Caesar before we even get to use original and everything. Get the Snake Eye Ash search off of the original by shuffling back the Diabellstar. Normal summon the Ash because yes, this is our normal summon, and then special summon the Populace to get your search for the Divine Temple, and then activate the Divine Temple, place the Snake Eye Diabellstar, equip back the Requiem, and then send the Requiem to the graveyard, summon the Oak, revive back the Ash, and then link off the Ash and the Pop into IP Masquerena, place back the Populace, and then Oak summon the Flamberge, and then link off the Engraver as well as the Masquerena for the sequence, and then fuse for the SE Ray, and then Flamberge plays back the IP in the Spell and Trap Zone, link off into Princess, and then Flamberge summon back 2 monsters, Princess revive back the Flamberge, and then sequence equip itself back to the SE Ray, negate your own Princess, and then link off for the hot hair, silhouette, whatever, and then Snake Eye Diabellstar, summon itself back, and then whatever, place any level 1 fire, doesn't really matter too much. Overlay for Harbinger, that is one massive board. So yeah, we got, I don't even know how many interruptions that is. We got the Omni Negate off of Silvera, another Omni Negate in the form of DS E-Ray, the Spell Negate in the form of Hope Harbinger, and then the Pop with the Silhouette, as well as the Azarun, which is a Solemn Warning, IP into SP, and we have Princess. So that's so many interruptions, I can't even count. It's almost like way too many. I really have no idea how we can lose this game. And also you draw 1 card with a Wanted, of course. And you get back the Sinful Spell's Deception. In case your opponent is playing like a trap deck or whatever, there's no way you can keep up with the amount of advantage that you're generating off of 1 single card. This is insanity. Okay, so this time we're going to be going for a slightly different sequencing. This time we're going to be respecting combinations of hand traps as much as we possibly can. So my hand has Diabellstar with, again, 1 monster and 1 discard. It's pretty much the same thing, but the steps are a little reversed. So yeah, Diabellstar set the Sinful Spell's Deception, not original. Yes, I know. So remember, like at the current moment, or at least like since Phantom Nightmare, every single time we drew original, we always had to like set a Wanted or something that just didn't do anything. Now we can finally set something that is good every single time with Diabellstar. Diabellstar is never useless. Even if you draw like Sinful Spell's Deception and original, it's still not the end of the world. Deception, tribute your other monsters, search your Sacred Azamina, and then activate that. Send the Sinful Spell's Deception, summon the Mu Arcielago, search your original, and we're going to be linking off into Moon of the Cool Sky, and then Requiem, and then get back your Sacred Azamina, send the original from your hand, summon the Rhea Silvera, so now we're safe from like 1 hand shop, and then summon the Requiem, and then equip back, summon Necroquip, and then summon back the Engraver, and then overlay for Caesar. If our opponent has Nib Imperm, it's still not going to beat us. because we can negate the Nib with the Caesar, and we can negate the Imperm with the Rhea Silvera. And we never had to commit to a normal summon, so now we can go original, shuffle back the Diabell Star, Surge the Snake Eye Ash, normal summon, and that's basically full combo from there, which is, I don't even know what to say. Place the Oak, and then, you know, summon Flamberge, whatever, link off, send back your 2 monsters, and then Oak revive, and then link off for Princess, revive back the Flamberge, and then Flamberge plays back the IP, and then link off, well, send the Princess if you want to, summon the Snake Eye Diabell Star, top hat here, whatever, set to the Azaroon, and also Pop plays back the Snake Eye Diabell Star, plays the Oak, or the Populous, or the Ash, overlay for Harbinger, and that is still a very nasty board. It's obviously a little less impressive than the last one, but it respects Nib Imperm way more than the last one. Okay, so in this situation, I have Wanted and Sacred Azamina, and my goal is to beat Ash and Nibiru, which is definitely possible. So yeah, first things first, activate the Sacred Azamina, and this is one of my favorite part about this engine. If you draw Sacred Azamina and Wanted, one really cool play that you can do is take full advantage of it, because nothing forces you to actually just send that Wanted from the hand to the graveyard. You can get maximum value. You can really just chain it, search the Wanted, and then send it. Like, everything just feels so free. And then this is going to be searching for your originals, so we don't have to go into Deception for this combo. So yeah, drawing the Sacred Azamina is absolutely not a bad thing whatsoever. Anyways, get your Sinful Spell's Deception off of the Witch, and then activate that, and then link off for Moon of the Close Sky into Requiem, and then Sacred Azamina, shuffle back, get your Recycle, and then summon the Rhea Silvera. So again, it pretty much translates to being the same in this situation. We didn't need necessarily to go through the first initial step of, you know, always the same thing. Like I said, drawing this card is not bad. Original, try to search, and then I'm gonna be getting Ashed here. It's not the end of the world. Requiem can still summon your Engraver, and then get back whatever, summon the Necroquip, and then summon back the Engraver, and then try to make a Caesar. I can get Nibiru, I can still just negate it, and then I can make my Caesar and draw 1 card, which isn't really not too bad. So yeah, all of that off of pretty much 2 cards if my opponent ashes my original, and I really want to let it go through because I'm scared of like another hand trap, or otherwise you can just negate it, and then you can guarantee your search for Snake Eye Ash and try to just hard play through the Nib or the other hand trap, because obviously when people ash this and you have an Omni negate, usually they have another hand trap. Otherwise, maybe they would try to ash earlier. Alrighty, so for the deck profile, this deck is not super complicated, and there are a bunch of ways to play this deck, but it's really up to you and how you feel you should be adapting the deck list to the metagame, because obviously it's going to be changing drastically once we get it. So yeah, I'm playing 12 hand traps at the current moment in a 40 card deck list. It's not a super high likelihood of drawing one, but that's the issue with the Azamina package. If you want to play some other engines as well, you're going to have way less space for non-engine cards, but it's still something that can be done. I just want to be able to adapt myself to beat cards like Mochami for arrows. That's the reason why I'm not playing too many hand traps, because if I go first and all I have to defend myself would be hand traps, I just don't feel like it's enough, and I also want more gas cards, which is the reasoning why I chose to only go with 12 hand traps. But this is very subject to change, and I can absolutely see myself cutting some of the other cards that I'm playing in order to play more hand traps. Like I said, it really depends. But yeah, 3 Ash, 3 Mochami for arrows, 3 Imperm, 3 Veiler. There is a world in which you almost want to cut Imperm for another card, just because Imperm is a trap card, so you can't attribute it for Sinful Spell's Deception. But honestly, I don't really think that's super relevant. It's still such a good card that you might as well just always play it. So I don't really think that's a real argument. And you can also play Ghost Ogre instead of Veiler, whatever, or Ghost Ogre on top of Veiler, because Ogre on Sinful Spell's Deception. Anyways, for the engine, we're on 3 Witch, obviously 3 Wanted, 1 Ash, 1 Pop, 1 Oak, 3 Bonfire. This is absolutely mandatory. With that said, you can also play 2 Oak. That is also completely fine. 3 Sinful Spell's Deception, that is a must. 1 Sacred Azamina, you shouldn't play more than 1, but if you want to, you can also play Ophilatus. This card is not bad. It's a quick play spell that also, just like Sacred Azamina, fuses the exact same way, but the graveyard effect, you can banish it and then revive back an Azamina monster in your grave. However, you can only use 1 effect per turn, only once that turn. So if you use the first effect to fusion summon, you can't use the second effect or Monster Reborn, which is a little annoying, but it's not the end of the world. And also, what I like about Ophilatus is that, let's just say you go activate this Deception and then use this effect, tribute a monster, and your opponent chains Ghost Ogre, you can chain Ophilatus and then send this, and then at least get a little bit of value off of it. So it's not like you're going super neg, so this card is also great if you want to play that. Not a lot of people are doing it in the OCG, but some deck lists are still playing it, and some deck lists are also playing this card right here, the Soul Eric Siton, whatever. This card can be an interruption on your opponent's turn when you summon it off of the Ophilatus, because this is a quick play spell, unlike Sacred Azamina, which is a normal spell, obviously. On the summon, this card sends a card on the field to the grave or something. But yeah, there we go. Yeah, it doesn't destroy, it sends, which is actually insane. But yeah, obviously, I'm also playing the Kira package because, like I said, I wanted to play another engine to be the Molchemi Ferreros, and these cards are just so much value off of, on their own. So yeah, Unicorn you can play 1 or 2, and Fenrir you can play 1 or 2. I think maybe 2 Fenrir might be a little better, and then 1 Unicorn, 1 Birth. 2 field spell and terraforming, or 3 Kashtura field spells, but I wanted to play the terraforming just in case I wanted to search Divine Temple. It just gives me a little bit more flexibility. 1 Flamberge with the Azaroon, and then yeah, original. You can also play 2 original if you really want to. And this deck list is not playing Snake Eye Diabellstar, but you probably could fit it in, or even just play 41. It's really not the end of the world. I just wanted to make this deck appear to be like a really clean 40 card deck, but there's a lot of things that can be changed. For the extra deck, the Rhea Silvera, that's the Omni Negate. Mo Arcielago, that searches an Azamina or Sinful Spells card from a deck to your hand on summon. The 4 cards that you need in order to turn 2 monsters into Caesar. It's just really good at beating Nibiru. And like I said, you can beat Nib Imperm with Rhea Silvera and Caesar. Zealantis, Raging Phoenix, Access Code, Princess, SP, IP, Silhouette, Phoenix, and Relinquished Anima. All those cards are pretty much needed, I want to say. The extra deck space is super tight. Maybe you might want to consider cutting Access Code if you want to play like, I don't know, the Soul Egg Rix or something like that, whatever. But and also, I don't know if I can really recommend Draco Sack and Link Spider because it's, again, so much commitment in the extra deck, and there was also no Apo anymore, so you can't really do too much with just a bunch of bodies. And for the idea section, I feel like I already covered like almost everything, but yeah, like I said, an extra Oak, the Snake Eye Diabellstar that you probably could easily main deck. A Sequence with DS E-Ray, that's also something else that you can do that I showcased in my combo as well. And then, yeah, Harbinger, whatever, if you want to really just use that Flamberge and that Snake Eye Diabellstar, or you can also play a second Flamberge so that you can end on Flamberge and Harbinger, and the Soul Something, Ophilatus, Draco Sack, Link Spider, this card right here, Lacrima, the Scarlet Sorrow. It's not bad, but I think it's better if you really commit to like a full Fiendsmith package, because without Beatrice, there is nothing much that you can really do other than Caesar, which is not really worth it. So I really recommend just a minimalistic Fiendsmith package. Skill Drain, there can only be 1. These cards are just really good in order to beat Molchemi Ferreros. If you get 4 Rose, then you basically just set one of these cards and pass turn. And then this is one of my favorite package, so Sinful Spells, the Subdual, and the Abelzi. This is how you beat the runic-based strategies, and also evenly matched, because if you summon this off of this, which is super easy to search, it's a Sinful Spells card that you can search off of this. This is pretty much like an anti-spell, almost, but your opponent can use the card right away. It's just that he still has to set it first. And quickly spells, obviously, if you have to set them first, then you can't use them right away. Same thing with the evenly matched. You can't just set the card and then flip it right away. So this is gonna be one of your best friends for sure. Also, this card takes care of Forbidden Droplet. So the only thing that you really have to be afraid of would be Dark Ruler No More, which you can kind of negate if you have Fiendsmith DSCRA, but it's really up to you if you really want to squeeze in that package, because the extra deck space is super tight. That was my only issue. Otherwise, everything would be in here. Yeah, very difficult to deck build Snake Eyes in 2024, especially with the Fiendsmith package running around that requires 4 freaking cards just for like 1 monster. But it's still worth it because it beats Nibiru, and it's just such an impressive card. And it's really great at just making, you know, half boards when you get stopped and everything. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.